So I would be lying if I wasn't a little bit scared of the Milwaukee Bucks future. I feel like every single year we hear some type of Giannis trade rumor since they won it all back in 2021. They made a massive move trading for Damian Lillard at the end of that 2023 offseason. It really didn't work out in year number one, and after a decent sample size here in year number two, the Bucks are a good team, but I still don't think they're going to be able to win it all this year. They were briefly in rumors about orchestrating the Jimmy Butler trade. Could they get Jimmy Butler? Could they get Bradley Beal? Those have been put to the side, at least for the Milwaukee Bucks side of things, but I do wonder where this team can go with everybody pretty much getting older. They don't have many picks or a young core. So for today's video, we're going to be doing maybe an eventual hypothetical, or maybe it never happens. We're going to be trading away Giannis Antetokounmpo, one of the best players in the NBA. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? I've done this with a lot of players so far. I've traded Steph, I've traded De'Aaron Fox, Zion Williamson, Joel Embiid, LeBron James, and yeah, today we are going to be trading Giannis. Now, this is so massive of a trade, I'm not making it this year. So basically, I'm trying to get Giannis one last ring here, and if we do win it all, we're going to trade him for fun. If we don't win it all, we're going to say hypothetically he's requesting a trade. It's funny too, kids. Ohio State just won the national championship, and everyone was like, if they don't win it all, Ryan Dunn is going to get fired. It reminds me of exactly what Mike Budenholzer was going through with this 2021 Bucks team. But look at the age on these guys: 36, 33, 34. These are the co-stars around Giannis. Bobby Portis is 29, free agent at the end of the year, and they're paying Damian Lillard and Giannis $60+ million basically a piece. Gary Trent Jr., who's playing well this year, been a good three-point shooter after a rough start. He is probably going to leave in free agency. They're not going to have the bird rights to retain him. AJ Green and Andre Jackson are good rotational players. Rod Rollins has showed some flashes as well. But this team whiffed on the Marjon Beauchamp pick. I don't mind AJ Johnson as a prospect, but I thought he was going to take a little bit of time to develop. And the Bucks don't have time. They need to win right now. So we are 30-20 at the deadline, and this team got off to that 2-9 start, and then they go out, they win the NBA Cup, and they go on a losing streak. But the Bucks have been good, you could say, relative to maybe some other teams that have been disappointing this year. And Giannis, like, I think we're taking what he puts up for granted. Like, he's somebody that's going to give you 30, 12, 5, or 6 every single night. He's going to shoot 50, 60% from the field. He's going to have some elite mid-range jumpers in the game. And he's going to play good defense as well. And honestly, getting one ring, 2 MVP is like, it's like, I think a good enough career where he is the greatest Buck of all time, better than Kareem when it's all said and done. But you're looking at the Magic getting better by the day. The Cavs look unbeatable at times. The Celtics are really good. I think the Knicks would be favorites over Milwaukee in the playoffs. I just don't know if they're going to be able to win it all right now with this team. So yeah, I am going to try to win it all though this year. And I don't want to make any moves that's going to really screw up the rebuild we go into when I trade away Giannis. And the talent we will get back in a Giannis trade, I may not even have to enter that, like, I guess, full on of a rebuild. It could be a little bit of a retool. So we are going to be making this trade with the Utah Jazz. I'm sending them Chris Middleton and Marjon Beauchamp. I'm getting Drew Eubanks, who's under contract for 2 more years, and John Collins. We'll see if he opts in or if he opts out. Middleton can be flipped, or basically they're just getting out of, I mean, like, they're kind of on the same contract because they have a player option next year, but they could take a flyer on Marjon Beauchamp, who I wasn't bringing back anyway. I wish I had seconds to swing this deal, but we have no draft pick. So I don't know where I'm going to send Giannis to in the offseason, just because I could trade him to the Thunder. They do have a good package. I could trade him to the Pelicans and get some of my first round picks back. But yeah, I add John Collins, which I think is an upgrade. And then I'm going to see if I could do this trade with the Atlanta Hawks. They're basically getting some salary relief next year because Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis are on 1-year deals. And Brook Lopez could be a good mentor for Onyeka Okongwu and Bobby Portis. They could look to re-sign. We're going to get Bogdan Bogdanovic and Clint Capella in this deal, and they're going to agree to that. Because I don't know if this team is good enough on both ends to do anything. So basically my goal for the playoffs is to be able to shoot better than everybody else. So Drew Eubanks is going to be the backup 5. Andre Jackson, I would like to still develop him. I don't think AJ Johnson's going to play this year. But yeah, I want shooters on this team. And I know Giannis can't shoot or Capella can't shoot, but AJ Green can shoot, Damian Lillard can shoot, and Bogdan Bogdanovic can shoot as well. John Collins is going to be the 6th man. We know he can shoot, and Gary Trent Jr., like I mentioned. So yeah, we're just going to hope that we catch fire in the playoffs, and then if we just take a ton of threes, we can do what the Boston Celtics did last year, even though we don't have 5 guys on the floor that can shoot threes because Giannis and Capella can't. But this is my best chance, I think, at winning it all around Giannis. So Shea ends up winning MVP. Alex Sarr is your Rookie of the Year. 6th Man of the Year goes to Naz Reid. Wemby, Depoy, Trace Jackson Davis Most Improved. Dame actually gets Clutch Player of the Year. Okay, shout out to Dame. And Tibbs gets Coach of the Year. Giannis, in his last year in Milwaukee, 28-11, 5.5 assists as well. All NBA first team, all defensive first team as well. I mean, yeah, like, we're going to get an absolute haul for him in the offseason. We are the 5 seed going up against the 4-seeded Indiana Pacers. We ended the season with a 1.1 point differential. Yeah, like, I'd be insanely shocked if we win more than one playoff series. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 5.5 assists for Giannis. Like, Damian Lillard was great. I'm still TBD if I'm going to trade Dame when I trade away Giannis, but let's see what happens here in the playoffs against the Indiana Pacers. We're going to stick with the 9-man rotation. Like, Eubanks can get 14 minutes. Andre Jackson, he shot well from 3. 15 is fine. Gary Trent Jr., we're going to go about 17 too. John Collins could play a ton. 30 minutes a night off the bench. Let's go 39 to Giannis. Let's go 39 to Dame. We can go a couple more to Clint Capella, and we'll see how far this team can go. Can we beat the Indiana Pacers in round number 1? A rematch of last year's round number 1. And the Milwaukee Bucks do not blow a 3-1 lead. We end up winning in 7. All right, so we don't have deja vu from last year and lose to the Pacers. Now that Giannis and Lillard are healthy, we beat them. And the Knicks ended up sweeping the Atlanta Hawks. So, yeah, Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis got eliminated. The Knicks and the Bucks have yet to play each other in the playoffs in, like, these kind of versions of the teams. Like, the Knicks have only really played, I guess, the Pacers, the Heat, the Cavs, and the Sixers. And obviously the Bucks have played a ton of teams because they've been in the playoffs for quite a while, as Dame drops 42 points at the Garden to steal game 2. We do win game 3 as well, 137-125. Dame drops 42 points. Game number 4, let's go. We win by 1. All right. Bogdan Bogdanovic dropped 30. He hits 8 threes. Like I said, we're just trying to shoot our way to victories. And we end up winning in 5. We ended up winning by 3. Dame dropped 40 and 9 in this game. Like, what? What? Dame averaged 34.5 points, 7.5 assists. We're in the conference finals. All right, here we are taking on the Boston Celtics. We do lose game 1. We do win game 2. It would be funny if we win it all. Game number 3 goes to the Bucks. We are 2 games away from the NBA finals. Oh yeah, what is John Collins averaging? He's shooting 42% from 3 in the playoffs. Game 4 goes to Boston. All right, so for the first time, we're tied 2-2. I think we were up 3-1 against the Pacers. We do go up 3-2. We are just winning the close games. I guess it's because we have the clutch player of the year, Damian Lillard, on our squad. And we do lose game 6, so we're going to a game 7. Jaylen Brown dropped 53 in game 6. These two teams did go up against each other, I believe in the Eastern Conference semifinals back in 2022. I think that was like a Middleton injured game. That's when, like, Tatum couldn't miss. Oh my God, wow. Wow. We actually had the lead going into the 4th quarter. Or, yeah, we had the lead going into the 4th. And then we get outscored by 23 points to lose by 16. Damn, that 4th quarter is just a sad way to go out. Anthony Edwards and Tatum, conference finals MVPs, and the Timberwolves win it all with Ant finals MVP. All right, LeBron, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Horford, Conley, all those guys end up retiring. Did we see any Bucks? We do not. Wait, did we see, like, Brook Lopez? I might have even just said his name, but now we don't see Brook Lopez. There goes LeBron, Chris Paul, and Russell Westbrook. We're not retiring any jerseys. And the Brooklyn Nets do own our first-round pick in this upcoming draft, and that pick is going to be at number 20. So, yeah, Giannis has requested a trade. He goes, I can't do this anymore here in Milwaukee, I guess. And depending, I don't know. Like, I now it's nice knowing the lottery. So teams, like, could Portland trade me number 1 and I can get some of my picks back and I just give them Giannis, like something like that? I don't think the Jazz, the Wizards, would the Hornets try to make a big 3 of Brandon Miller, Giannis, and LaMelo Ball over there? Philadelphia could be interesting if we would get Maxey in that deal, but I don't even know. You would trade Maxey for Giannis. What am I saying? I think the Pelicans at 6 are also an interesting team. I also thought about the Thunder as well. Like, we could definitely look at their best package. I am going to have trade override on for this just because, yeah, like, 2K just won't accept anything, which is kind of annoying. So let's see what the best Pelicans offer is. We could do, like, a Zion for Giannis swap if we didn't really want to enter into a full rebuild. They did re-sign Brandon Ingram. I think I would want Trey Murphy in a deal. I would want the 6th overall pick. I'd want my first-round pick back in 2026. I'd honestly want 4 first-round picks and 2 players. So they actually can't even do this, where it was 4 first-round picks, Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, for Zion. They'd have to include Zion for Giannis. I feel like they would do this trade, right? I mean, you pair up Ingram, Giannis, Messi, McCollum, Murray. That's one way to look at it. I think I could also look, I don't know. The Hornets were interesting just because they have the 4th overall pick. I don't know, though. I don't really want Miles Bridges. I would want, like, Mark Williams, but I'd have to wait till after the draft. So I think I'm going to eliminate them. I could get Nikola Topic, Isaiah Hartenstein, Lou Dort, and 3 first-round picks. I don't know. Like, I always wonder if the Thunder made this trade would they have to include J-Dub? It's just so hard to figure out a Giannis deal. All right, now I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do. Right, this is what I'm doing. I don't care. I'm going to have fun with this rebuild. And we're just doing a fantasy what if Giannis and Lillard get traded. So I hate that I'm trading them to the Eastern Conference, but we're doing this. I'm getting 6 first-round picks from the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets are going to have Giannis, Claxton, Cam Johnson, Cam Thomas under contract. The Nets have been rumored to Giannis, or at least linked in reports before, so this isn't like completely out of the blue. And they're like, you know what? It's once in a lifetime that this guy can become available to us. We got all these draft picks for Mikal Bridges. Let's just reroute them for Giannis. And honestly, it's a good deal for them. And then we're going to get Orlando in this. Now, the matching salary has to be KCP and Cole Anthony. Not really much value there. Wendell Carter Jr., we're going to take a chance on. His contract extension kicks in, which I don't really love, but we need him in there to make the money work. And then we're getting a first-round pick in this draft, a first-round pick next year, and a first-round pick in 27. So 3 first-round picks and 3 all right players. For the Nets, I honestly just wanted as much draft capital as possible. So yeah, we're freeing up $108 million with this deal, and we are going to let this trade go through. So the the Milwaukee Bucks go from a team that has no draft picks to 4 in this draft, 7, 10, 14, and 20. I'm going to have 2 in next year's, 3 in 27, 2 in 28. So yeah, we're entering into more of a rebuild, and Collins will see if he opts in and stuff. Under contract, this team is not very good, and I know I don't own my first-round pick next year, which gets a little scary. Actually, the Pelicans own my first-round pick next year, so before I do anything on draft night, I want to get that pick back. So I'm going to try to reroute pick 20 in Orlando's 2027 first for this pick back. And they're going to say yes to that. I wanted to give them Wendell Carter Jr. because the Pelicans could definitely use a big man. It's just that they had no money to move, and I'm not getting Herb Jones in return. So Dylan Harper goes 1. They don't take Cooper Flagg. Utah at number 2. They take Cooper Flagg. So the Knicks actually just traded 2 future first with the Pelicans to get pick 6. They take Noah Essengay, who is kind of getting some lottery hype as of late. Here's what the top 6 has looked like. We also have another pick at number 10. So there's some guys that I like. Kasper Shakushonis. I think VJ Edgecombe and him are the best 2 guys on my board. So I'm going to go VJ Edgecombe. Just an athletic freak. He had a really good game recently against Kansas State. Definitely his best scoring game of his freshman career. Can lock in defensively, can run the floor, can make extra passes, can play good on and off ball defense. Just needs to work on his shot. But hey, we're changing our vibe here. I know Doc Rivers is going to be the coach, but we're going to prioritize development. Don't let Jonas fall to me at 10. Boom, there we go. Come on, Maluachko's there. So I'm going to actually take, Kasper Jonas from Illinois. If you did watch the Seattle Supersonics rebuild and you want to see these players' careers, I did get that backcourt as well. But I wanted to go best player available. There goes Boogie Fland, who's out for the rest of the college season. I think with a broken hand. I forget what it was exactly. There goes Con Knipple. And I'm going to go Derek Queen out of Maryland. We need centers, and he could probably slot in as my starting center next year. So that is going to wrap out the draft for us. We end up with Edgecombe, Jonas, and Derek Queen. So 2 Big 10 guys and a Big 12 guy. John Collins opts in. All right. I mean, he's 27. I don't mind him being here. Pat Connaughton, of course, opts in. But it's do I want to trade Collins? Or, I mean, he could be a trade deadline guy. Gary Trent Jr., why not? 2-year deal. Let's bring him back. I don't mind that. Capella, we don't really need because I'm going to rock with Derek. We have Derek Queen, Eubanks. I forgot we had Wendell Carter Jr. for a second. So, I guess Collins and Carter Jr. will be the front court. We're going to have Bogdanovic's contract done at the end of the year. KCP does have 2 years left, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing anything in free agency outside of just re-signing Gary Trent Jr. As John Collins is our highest overall, followed by Wendell Carter Jr., Gary Trent Jr. Yeah, this team stinks. It is not good, and I'm glad I got my first round pick back. And I do need to cut somebody before the season starts. Pat Connaughton, 1 year left. I know he's been here for a while, but I don't really want him here anymore. All right, so we're going to start off with a 12-man rotation. Jonas and Edgecombe in the backcourt. I want to see what they could do. Andre Jackson at the 3, John Collins at the 4 playing a ton of minutes, and Wendell Carter Jr. at the 5. We're going to have Derek Queen come off the bench, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Johnson, AJ Green, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Tower Smith, who I did like a ton out of the G League Ignite for the 2024 draft, and Cole Anthony all getting minutes. But I do plan on being active at the deadline as a seller. This is probably going to be Doc Rivers' last year here as our head coach, but I'm glad we do own our first round pick at the end of the year. Looking at our salary cap breakdown, Cole Anthony as a team option, gone. Bogdan, gone at the end of the year. So those are guys that could trade at the deadline. I don't think I'm getting anybody for KCP. I think John Collins we can look to move. I think Eubanks. I think Gary Trent Jr. could have some value, and AJ Green. So I'm interested to see how this team operates through the first 2 games. We get blown out by the Celtics. Collins has 35, and then we lose by 8 to the Miami Heat. Edgecombe had 22. All right, yeah, we were 14-19. Since then, I was like, we're kind of good. We're 20. Oh man, no, we are what? 3-15 actually, since we were 14-19. We are currently, one of the worst teams in the Eastern Conference. The only team that is worse than us the Washington Wizards. Philadelphia, who did they draft? They ended drafting another guard, Jaeger Demon. Okay. And then, yeah, there are some bad teams in the West, like the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Jazz. The Pelicans aren't doing too hot either. So we're looking at the team with John Collins dropping 24 and 9. Like, that's really good. I should probably sell high on him, right? Those are good numbers. Edgecombe, he's been inefficient this year, but it makes sense for a rookie guard team with Yaku Chonis, but he's an elite free throw shooter. Wendell Carter Jr. destroying any trade value, so I'm probably not going to be able to move him right now, unfortunately. AJ Green shooting 48% from 3. He is a free agent. I think I can get a first for him. AJ Johnson is struggling with his efficiency. Same with Derek Queen. A lot of these guys are. Andre Jackson is losing a ton of value as well. I'm really trying to get AJ Mitchell from the OKC Thunder. He's just so good. Sorry if you heard my computer go off right there. But I get Isaiah Hartenstein and give them John Collins and AJ Green. Would they do this? They're probably going to count. Oh, they don't even counter it. Like, I don't really want Hartenstein. It's just he has to be in this deal to get it done. Like, could I trade them AJ Green for AJ Mitchell? I would do this deal. They would want. Oh, man. I like Tyler Smith. He's shooting 40% from 3. Do I have some? I don't have like any seconds on this team. I don't really want to throw in any first in this deal. Like, I'll take on Vic Krejci. But instead of Tyler Smith, could I give you Andre Jackson? Like, I would give you Andre Jackson. I think, oh, man. Could I maybe get a first in this deal as well? Like, you're a first this year? All right, Andre Jackson and AJ Green for AJ Mitchell, Vic Krejci, and a first. Would they do this? They would want to swap in 26. I don't want to trade that Phoenix pick. I don't. All right, what about if I got, like, your first-round pick in 2030? What about that? They're still going to counter it with a first. All right, so say we just did Andre Jackson and AJ Green, who's a free agent at the end of the year, shooting 48% from 3, though, at 26. Maybe I should keep him around. Could we do maybe Andre Jackson for AJ Mitchell? Like, maybe that's something I would do. They're going to counter it. I will give you a second in this deal. They counter it again. And then why don't we do the Vit Krejci thing? And I will give you Chris Livingston. And that can maybe get this deal done. It does not. All right, never mind. I just wasted everybody's time. All right, I want to see if the Miami Heat will do this trade. John Collins and then Bam in the front court. Because Khalil Ware hasn't really broken out like he's kind of doing in real life. I get Duncan Robinson's expiring. I get Nikola Jovic. And I get Miami's first-round pick in 2026. And I got to throw in Chris Livingston. They want a first, which I don't really want to throw in any of my first. What about if I get your 2030 first? So maybe not as valuable. They're going to say no. Can I throw in a second? Please get that deal done. I don't want to give you that 2026 first. What about if I throw in a sweetener like Andre Jackson and you give me Chris Boucher? Man, you're killing me. All right, let's see if the Kings want to make an upgrade. Would you give me Keegan Murray and his expiring deal? We can throw in the Kevin Huerter trade exception. And is there like somebody making, oh, man, Colby Jones can't get this deal done. I think it's got to be Marvin Bagley. And I throw in Chris Livingston. Oh, man, come on. How much are we off by? 630K. Damn. All right, never mind. I thought I was going to be able to work out something with this team, but then we'd have to get, like, Valanciunas involved. All right, what about Valanciunas, exception, Murray for Livingston and John Collins? They're going to say no. What about if I throw in a second-round pick? They're going to say no. Come on. I'm trying to get a deal done, man. I'm trying to be creative here. What about Andre Jackson instead? Okay, they agreed to that. So they were basically done on Keegan Murray. I'm basically taking a flyer on him. I'm going to make him a small forward. And I know, like, yeah, he hasn't really worked out too much. A three-point shot, not very good anymore. And he's a free agent at the end of the year. But I can go back and sign John Collins if I wanted to. All right, could I maybe get a first-round pick for Gary Trent Jr.? We're going to use the trade exception. Sam Thomas, I think that's supposed to be St. Thomas, and a first for him. Bang, there we go. So that was a pretty long trade deadline. I would like to re-sign AJ Green. Let's give him a 3-year deal, around $15 million. And hopefully we lose a lot of games in the second half. And yeah, we are going to lose a lot of games in the second half. Oh my God, we're going to hit 60 losses. No, we actually beat the Pistons and the Hornets when it didn't matter. We go 23-59. We are long ways away from building a contending roster right now. Yeah, the Bucks have officially hit rock bottom, but I think our future is still bright because I have all these draft picks. Giannis in his first year in Brooklyn averages, I can't speak, 24, 10, and 5. 2.6 stocks, All-NBA second team. Damian Lillard did not get on an All-NBA team. We'll see where Orlando and Brooklyn end up. Obviously, we are not here. Orlando's the 5 seed, Brooklyn's the 3 seed. Maybe they meet in the conference finals. I think going forward, guys that matter, I would like to re-sign Keegan Murray. Hopefully, since he had a down year, we can maybe get a good price tag on him. But you got Yaku Chonis, big part of the future. Edgecombe as well. Valanciunas, not as much. AJ Green, honestly, yeah, he ended up shooting 43% from 3 on good volume. AJ Johnson obviously wasn't great this year, but hopefully can be better. He's still just 21 years old. Derek Queen, I think Tyler Smith can all get more minutes next year. But we are going to be probably drafting a decent amount of rookies. Let's see. Can Damian Lillard and the Magic. That's a stacked team. That really is. Lillard, Suggs, Franz, Paolo, Goga. That's really good. And then for that, the Nets, they brought back Dennis Schroeder. They have Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson. So it's basically this year's Nets team. And they added Giannis. That's not my fault that they didn't want to add anything else. Giannis does beat the Heat, and the Damian Lillard led, well, I don't know about led, but co-star Orlando Magic sweep the Raptors. Are we going to get a Dame Giannis conference finals? Yes, we are. Oh my God, that is sick. All right, so this trade, I think both these teams have won so far from this deal. And who's going to win a little bit more? It's Giannis and the Brooklyn Nets as they're in the NBA Finals. Giannis goes back-to-back conference finals with two different teams. Thunder versus Nets in the NBA Finals. And the Nets actually win it all. So Giannis gets a ring in his first year in Brooklyn. It's funny because our team right now, or last year I should say, is better than that Nets team right now. But 2K just loves the Nets and the Sim. And yeah, Damian Lillard could not get it done. But hey, at least he was on a good team this year, and they both met in the conference finals. There goes Bucks legend, Brook Lopez. I don't think we're going to be retiring his jersey. Yeah, we do not. Yeah, obviously we're not retiring his jersey. That shouldn't even be questioned. So our pick there at number 3. We could get the Pelicans pick at number 10 as well. And the Lakers win the lottery. The Spurs at 2 and 3. We're going to have 4, 10, 20, and 23 in this draft. So 4 first-round picks. That 23rd overall pick is from the Gary Trent Jr. trade. And we're going to go in a different direction. We are going to fire Doc Rivers and get a coach to lead this rebuild. I kind of like JJ Redick. Jason Kidd. You know what? It didn't work out the first year or first time in Milwaukee. Maybe we'll try that again if he signs with us. So we get Taylor Jenkins and we get Kenny Atkinson. We don't get Jason Kidd. I'm going to sign Kenny Atkinson to be the next head coach. Don't know why he was fired from Cleveland. All right, so I'm going to attach Jonas Valanciunas and pick 23 for my swap worst back in 2027 from the Atlanta Hawks. I believe that was traded in the DeJounte Murray deal. So I didn't want to draft 3 rookies. Or 4 rookies. We're going to draft 3 of them. So unless there's a shocker in the top 3, we're not going to get one of the top guys in Boozer, DeBanza, or Peterson. The Spurs are trading number 2. All right, let's see what this is. Oh my God, for Steph Curry, Steph and Wemby. I kind of like that for both teams. I do. I mean, you could really set up like a generational front court of Boozer and Wemby, but you can also get Steph a ring in San Antonio. And then you're still going to get Darren Peterson there at 3. So that is pretty sweet. I can't lie. So I'm going to snag Caleb Wilson here, a power forward who's probably going to start for us. I don't think I'm going to go back after John Collins in free agency, but I do think Caleb Wilson could be the power forward of the future. All right, so we did draft all 3 of the rookies. It was Caleb Wilson at 4, Jalen Harrelson, a combo guard, but 6'7", maybe he can play small forward, and then Darion Reed, 2-year man out of Alabama, somebody that should probably stay in college. He's currently there right now. We're going to free up around $30 million. Bogdan Bogdanovic and Cole Anthony are gone. We're going to have $21 million more freed up after next year. I'm going to decline the options on Livingston and St. Thomas as well, but AJ Johnson we are bringing back. So Milwaukee, not a big free agency destination by any means, but we would have cap right now to sign Luka Doncic if we wanted to. I would also like to see if there is going to be a Wendell Carter Jr. trade market, but I don't know. He was more efficient in the second half. I may need him to like recoup that value throughout the first half of the year. And then we are going to get off of like KCP's $21 million next year, which is nice. So I don't think I'm going to go after anybody right now. I think I would like to just work on an extension with Keegan Murray and like 16 mil. We can get him back on a nice price tag. And the deal is going to be 4 years. Let's see if he accepts it. No, damn it. Come on, Brooklyn. Really? All right. What is it going to be? 3 for 44. I mean, that's what? That's around, 15 mil a year. That's pretty much what I offered. I offered 4 for 62. So I actually think that's a lower, or it's around the same AAV. I guess he wanted 1 last year. You know what? That's fine. We're going to match that. I thought that could have been a lot worse, and they could have given him like $25 million. Damn, Mark Williams is a free agent. I'm going to keep an eye on his price tag. If he does not get paid, let's see. Is he going to get paid? I may swoop in and see if I can get a really good deal on Mark Williams, who's balling out in real life right now for the Hornets. And yeah, I'm going to get a deal done. 3 years, $59 million. This probably hurts Derek Queen's long-term chances at starting at center for us, but I could not pass up on that. So, play progression, Edgecombe's an 84. Williams is an 84. Yakuchonis 80, Carter Jr. 80, Derek Queen goes up to a 79, AJ Johnson 75, KCP there at a 73, he regresses. All right, so the only notable guy that won't be playing in the rotation, in the 11-man rotation, Darion Reed. The bench right now is a little crowded. It's AJ Green, Derek Queen, Wendell Carter Jr., AJ Johnson, Jalen Harrelson, and Tyler Smith I wanted to get minutes to. So I think Wendell Carter Jr., I'm going to hope to trade him at one point this year, and then that could free up 16 minutes. I don't really want a player coming back. Maybe a pick, we'll see. But it's going to be Yakuchonis, Edgecombe, Murray, Wilson, and Mark Williams in the starting 5. We have a 3-star pace and space team right now under Kenny Atkinson. First game of the year, We actually beat Giannis and the Bucks, or excuse me, and I'm so used to saying the Bucks and the Nets. Yakuchonis at 21, Keegan Murray at 21. So we are a little bit better at the trade deadline. The Nets are at the top of the East. The Magic are there as the 6th seed. Damian Lillard, he's coming off the bench now. Okay, but yeah, the Bucks are the 10th seed here in the Eastern Conference, but I'm fine with that. Our point differential is 0.5. I do feel like we have some type of direction going. Our leading scorer is VJ Edgecombe, and the true shooting is up from 45 to 54% this year. Yakuchonis averaging 17 and 7.5. Love to see that. Caleb Wilson, I think, showing some promise as a rookie. Mark Williams, I want to get him more reps as well, because obviously he's splitting a lot of time with the other guys. Keegan Murray, man, he's an elite free throw shooter. Can you become an elite three-point shooter again? I mean, AJ Johnson's true shooting has gone up 2% this year, which is nice. There's AJ Green, 39% from 3. But I do think I'll be able to move Wendell Carter Jr. Like, yeah, 51%, 43. I know his numbers aren't great, like, or he's just not averaging a ton because he's not starting, but I think I'll be able to trade him. And I'm going to make this trade with the Cavs. This pick isn't going to be that valuable this year, so we're taking a chance on Cleveland's 2031st. I'm getting Max Strus. I hope it's an expiring, but I don't really care if it's not. It is for Wendell Carter Jr. I think that's a win-win trade. So to figure out the rotation for the rest of the year, I do want to play Mark Williams like 34 minutes a night. Yeah, Derek Queen's going to be the backup, and then I could probably get more minutes to like Jalen Harrelson, the rookie. What's his efficiency at? He is shooting 42% from the field. Yeah, I'd like to see like a larger sample size, maybe 15 minutes to Tyler Smith. And then the last 3, I can go Keegan Murray because I'd like to see him perform a little bit better. So Wemby wins MVP. Cameron Boozer, the guy they traded Steph for, wins Rookie of the Year. I still can't believe that deal went down. All NBA first team, you got Wemby, Luka, Jokic, LaMelo, and Cade. Mobley, Holmgren, Giannis, Ant, and Flag on second team. So Giannis still making it. No Dame on third team, but there is Paolo Banchero. We did get Caleb Wilson on all rookie first team. Pretty good stuff from the 20-year-old. If he could become a good three-point shooter, that is going to be a steal of a pick. And Harrelson was on all rookie second team. And look who made the play-in tournament as the 8th seed. This team went 41 and 41. Shout out to Kenny Atkinson. This is a fun front court. It really is. And honestly, we can shed some cap if I move Keegan Murray this offseason. We're going to have some draft capital as well. I think things are looking good for the Milwaukee Bucks. So I want to see like the biggest sample size of all these guys in the playoffs. So I'm not going to play the starters too much. Like we may end up losing the next 2 play-in tournament games anyway, but I want to see AJ Johnson minutes. I want to see Tyler Smith minutes in these big games. So we're taking on Dame and the Orlando Magic. This team was in the conference finals last year, end up losing in the first leg. So we are the 7th seed this year. Yakuchonis drops 23. Mark Williams with a double-double. 12, 12, 7, and 5 stocks for VJ. And we're taking on the Detroit Pistons in round number 1. Cade, Sasser, Asura Thompson. You got Ron Holland, Jalen Duren. So, like, pretty much as you'd expect, they got Trey Mann, Herb Jones, Wiseman, and Stewart off the bench. All right, can we maybe pull off the playoff upset? We do lose game 1 by 30. Cade drops 37 on us. Edgecombe does drop 28. Game number 2 goes to the Pistons as well. They win 125-97. Yakuchonis 18-7 and 6. Game number 3 goes to Detroit. All right, you know what? We get swept in round 1. That's fine. But shout out to what AJ Johnson, you know, putting out an 18-point game. He's going to be part of our rotation next year. And we end up getting swept. All right, it would have been nice to at least win a game in that series, but we end up getting swept. Yakuchonis struggled. I think I'm going to try to trade away Keegan Murray this offseason. I just don't think it's working out. Honestly, I'm glad we took a chance on him as Giannis loses to the Pistons in the conference finals. I feel you, man. Happened to us too. And the Pistons win it all. So at least we got swept by the team that ended up winning it all. But yeah, like instead of getting like the 20th first or pick in the draft or 12, I was able to take a chance on Keegan Murray. I mean, it just didn't work out. And sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But we may get a top 5 pick from the Philadelphia 76ers. And it ends up dropping, actually, to number 7. But hey, I made the playoffs, and I have the 7th pick. New Orleans has our pick at 16th, so good thing we were actually good this year. That is our only pick in this draft. So I actually think I gave them basically 16 and 17 to get my first-round pick last year, which ended up being pick 4. And the Rockets get that number 1 pick via, the Phoenix Suns. So shout out to Kenny Atkinson bringing us to the playoffs in his first year as our head coach. And they're going to look to get some shooting around Wemby, and they think they can maybe fix Keegan Murray. So we're going to trade him for 2 future first-round picks, which creates about $15 million in cap relief for us. We also had 2 first-round picks in this draft. I missed it. We had one at 18. What? Who was that from? That was from the Pelicans. How did I miss that? I literally looked at Pelicans at 16 and 17 and missed our pick there at 18. So I took Elijah Williams, sick haircut, sick fro, reminds me of Josh Childress. I know that's not it anymore, but I need somebody with a fro like that back in the NBA, like fro. I guess we had that a little bit in Anthony Black. And then we also got Cameron Holmes there at 18. Both of them are 6'7" wings. Pick up the team option on all these guys. Yeah, we're going to do that. So I'm not sure if we're going to have cap space this offseason. Giannis is a free agent. Jokic, Towns. I think we will. But also, like, we have 2 more years of Edgecombe and stuff. Like, Mark Williams, yeah, we're going to have, I think, some cap space. Do we have enough to sign Wemby? We would. Well, they would match that. I mean, looking at this team right now, I guess I'd like to add a small forward. I don't know. I mean, I don't really have to spend money now because, yeah, like, AJ Green's under contract 2 more years. Edgecombe and Yakuchonis aren't free agents next year, which is huge. It's just AJ Johnson. I'm like, do I want to sign RJ Barrett? Not really. I mean, I could just wait and see who becomes the big name next year. So, yeah, I don't think I'm going to sign anybody this offseason. We could, I don't even know if I'm going to take like a flyer on anybody because I got my centers. I got my power forwards. We can see what Elijah Williams and Cameron Holmes can do. So, yeah, you know what? We're going to not sign anybody because, yeah, KCP, Thibault, we had to sign last year, and Strus are all under contract. Let's see the young internal development this year and see how it goes. Edgecombe, 89, Yakuchonis, 86, Williams, Queen, they all go up as well. Wilson's an 83. I'm excited to see what he can do in year 2. It could hurt us next year, but I just gave AJ Johnson basically a new 3-year deal worth like 8, then 7.5, then $7.2 million over the next 3 years. And obviously all the rookie contracts are going to go up as well, but I do think we are going to have, or we can easily create cap space next summer if there's a big name we want to go after. Damian Lillard is doing his farewell tour at the end of the year, but I'm going to go with this starting 5. I think Derek Queen can get about, I don't know, 18 minutes a night. Let's go 30 to Mark Williams for the regular season. Let's go 33 to Caleb Wilson. We could do 27 to Elijah Williams. I'm going to go 35 to the backcourt. They're going to be our top guys this year. Coming off the bench, I think AJ Johnson, I'd like to be the 6th man. 20 minutes a night. AJ Green, we know his specialist role, 15 minutes. Let's go about 8 to Tyler Smith, but I'd like to get more to Jalen Harrelson. And honestly, Tyler Smith, like, I appreciate you, and I wish I could develop you, but now you're kind of getting to the back of the line, even though he could space the floor. But I think I'm going to get Cameron Holmes. I want to see what he can do. 9 minutes a night, just not really playing Darion Reed either, unfortunately. We are 3.5-star pace and space under Kenny Atkinson. We no longer have Keegan Murray this year. We did make the playoffs last year. We start off 3-0, and we're banking on the internal development of this team. Edgecombe drops 22 to start off the year. So we are 29-21 at the deadline. We are the 3 seed here in the Eastern Conference. We have a 3.5 point differential. The Pistons and the Nets, I think, are notably better than us. But if we could be the best team after those two and be like the first team in tier 2, I think that's a successful season. Edgecombe's averaging 19, 8, and 5. He's been getting better and better each year. Yakushonis averaging 18, 4, and 7. 51, 30, 95 splits. There's Caleb Wilson, 16 and 11. I like to see that. 48, 32, 75 splits. The dude is a young star. Mark Williams averaging a double-double and a block and a half a night. Elijah Williams is showing some potential. AJ Johnson is getting better and better with his efficiency every single year. So I believe that I'm going to get him on a steal of that new extension. Jalen Harrelson is hitting his shots. I think Derek Queen is a good backup center. I'm just, like I said, banking on the internal development. Not going to make any moves with this team. I think we're going to stand pat and hope that we can maybe win a playoff series for the first time since we traded Giannis and Dame. So Luka wins MVP. Trayvon Brazil, what? Wow, that's crazy. He ends up getting Rookie of the Year like 4 years after he should be drafted. JT Toppin, brother of... Oh, no, not brother of Bobby. Ends up getting 6th man of the year. That's Jacob Toppin. Chris Finch on the Pelicans. They went 63-19 and he got Coach of the Year. Cameron Boozer ends up on All-NBA first team. Here's second team with Paolo Banchero and Giannis in Brooklyn. Third team, no Milwaukee Bucks. Do we get any Bucks throughout this? Yeah, Caleb Wilson, all defensive second team in year number 2. How about that? Elijah Williams, all rookie first team. And then we also got Cameron Holmes on all rookie second team. So we finished the year as the 2 seed. We're taking on Cleveland in round number 1. They have Clint Capella. They have our old buddy Wendell Carter Jr. They're just collecting all the Infinity Stones of centers. And our leading scorer was still VJ Edgecombe this year. And I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what we can do here in the playoffs. I think I am going to not play Cameron Holmes, even though he was pretty good this year. I am going to stick with the 9-man rotation. We're going to go 15 to Harrelson and AJ Green. Honestly, Harrelson was really good. Maybe go 17 to these guys. We'll go 17 to Queen. We'll go about 17 to AJ Johnson as well. I want to go a little bit more to Williams and Caleb, 34 apiece. We can go 38 to Edgecombe and Yakuchonis, and we could do about 28 to Elijah Williams. Yeah, let's do that. So, round number 1, taking on the Cavs. Game 1 goes to Cleveland, 136-134. AJ Green dropped 22, 6 of 6 from 3, but we lost by 2. Game number 2 goes to Milwaukee. We win by 1. All right, this is a very close series so far. Game 3 goes to Cleveland, this time by 13. 36 combined between Harrelson and Wilson, but we weren't able to get it done. Game 4, damn, we're down 3-1. All right, I mean, like, losing to a 17 would be pretty embarrassing. It would be. I thought we were going to win a playoff series. We do stay alive, winning game 5 by 1. Oh my god, both our wins have been by 1 point. Here we go. Can we force a game 7? Nope, we lose in 6. We ended up losing by 5 in this game. Garland dropped 38. Edgecombe dropped 29. How did he perform in the playoffs? He wasn't very good in his second career playoff series. Mark Williams was pretty good. How did Yakuchona shoot the ball? Oh my god. He went 5 of 22 and 12 or 2 of 12 of 3 in game 6. All right, well, that is a first round exit that was disappointing. Maybe we do need somebody to run the show here. It's Asar Thompson, conference finals MVP, and Zion, and the Pelicans win it all. And Zion is your finals MVP. So Steph retires on the Spurs. I don't think he got a ring there. Jimmy Butler retires in Orlando, funny enough. I don't know if Dame ended up retiring. Yep, he did. I don't think we're retiring Dame's number. Nope, but Portland does. So we were just a 2 seed. And I may end up with picks 2, 4, and 6. Let's see where we end up. So I get the 3rd pick. I get the 6th pick. And then I think, I'm trying to remember. I don't know what pick there had a protection on it. Maybe it was, I don't know if it was Orlando's. But either way, 2 and 6 after making the playoffs is pretty sweet. And that is all we own in the lottery. We also own 27, which is our first round pick. So we could wait to see who's in free agency. We could also make a trade if we wanted to get a big name. Could I trade for Luka Doncic? Like, can I offer you 2, 6, 27, maybe the Cavs first? I don't know where I thought I saw another first rounder. I will also give you, I don't even know, Cameron Holmes. I don't know. I'm just throwing out random stuff out here, thinking they're going to accept the trade for Luka. You know what? I think I want to trade for Franz. The Magic were bad this year. They could look to get a little bit younger, and he's making a lot of money. Could I offer them Elijah Williams, 6 and 27 for Franz Wagner? I cannot. Can I also give them a Spurs first round pick next year? Nope. And I will throw in my first round pick in 2030. Wow, they don't accept that. Okay. What about if I do throw in, I don't want to throw in pick 2. I want to keep that. I don't really want to throw, like, I didn't want to throw in AJ Johnson, AJ Green, or Cameron Holmes, but I'll throw in AJ Green. Does that get a deal? Wow, it does not get it done. All right. What about if I throw in this Cavs pick instead? That got it done. So we just traded an absolute haul for Franz Wagner. Andre Snow goes number 1 overall. He looks generational. Like, I actually hate all the options here at number 2. I should have tried to swap 2 for 1 in that trade too. But I ended up taking Vin Gill, a small forward out of South Florida. We'll see if he even cracks the rotation next year, but I hope he does. Trent Owens, we took at 27. We're going to pick up the team options on everybody here. I don't even think we would have had cap space to go after, like, Booker, Zion. Not really the greatest free agency class in the world, so I'm okay with what ended up happening. Tyler Smith is not interested in coming back, so we'll let him sign with another team. I'm going to give, like, we actually have $5 million in cap, which is funny. I'm going to give Johnny Juzang a 2-year deal. It could end up becoming a tradable contract. And Franz is our highest overall player. It's going to be him, Edgecombe, Wilson, Yakuchonis, and Mark Williams in the starting 5. We have a pretty good looking bench unit too. So we're going to go 33 minutes to Edgecombe, Franz, and Wilson. We're going to start Yakuchonis and Mark Williams. We're going to have Derek Queen, Harrelson, Cameron Holmes, AJ Johnson, and I got to play Vin Gill. He's the 2nd overall pick. Coming off the bench. System proficiency, we are 4-star pace and space under Kenny Atkinson. I know we lost in round 1 last year, but I do think that we could, I don't know, maybe make a run at things. We'll see. Yakuchonis off to an elite start. So Wemby ends up winning MVP this year. Andre Snow, that number 1 pick, is your rookie of the year. Koa Pete, 6th man of the year. Depoy goes to Wemby. Aiden Sheridan, who I could have drafted in the past, wins most improved, but he probably wouldn't have had the chance to shine over here in Milwaukee. So I'm noticing Giannis didn't make an all-NBA team, but you know who did? Kasparis Yakuchonis. I didn't play him like a ton of minutes, 31 minutes a night. He averaged 17 points, 8 assists, 48, 32, 96 splits. I'm surprised he made it out of all the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis, still really good, but maybe not the Giannis of old because he's 34 years old. Over there in Brooklyn, we ended up as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We're going up against Cleveland in round number 1. I hope that we play Brooklyn in round 2, because if we can somehow win a championship, if somehow, like, I need Franz to, like, kind of go off in the playoffs and showcase why I gave up a haul for him. Like, I think we can get through Giannis and win it all. Now, the bench unit, like Harrelson, I think took a little bit of a step back with his efficiency. True shooting dropped around 3%. Cameron Holmes, though, looks good. AJ Johnson has been getting better and better, and I think is under, like, a bargain of a contract. And Vin Gill, honestly, not a bad rookie season with the shooting splits, but he wasn't going to play for us in the playoffs. Now, let's give a lot of minutes to the big guns. We're going to go, I think, 17 minutes to Harrelson, Holmes, Queen, and Johnson off the bench. That's fine. All-NBA 13 member Yakushonis is going to get 36 minutes a night. We're going to go 35 Edgecombe, 35 Wagner. Wow, I almost said Wagner. Remember when people used to say that? 35 Wilson, 31 Mark Williams. Under Kenny Atkinson, 4-star pace and space against Kenny Atkinson's old team and the team that eliminated us last year in the playoffs. Hopefully we're able to beat them. We held them to 9 points in the third quarter. And I meant to show this before the playoffs start, but we ended up as the 1 seed, 55 wins, best point differential in the East, best defense in the East, and the 6th best offense. Game number 2 against Cleveland goes to us. We win by 53. Yakuchonis with a triple-double. Caleb Wilson, 29 and 14 and 3 blocks. We do win game 3, 150, 121. Caleb Wilson, man, he is breaking out, but the efficiency could be a little bit better. Don't blow a 3-0 lead, please. And we sweep them. All right, so like last year, we sweep them, and we kind of pull an Uno reverse card after Franz. There we go, 24-6-6. Edgecombe was great, 21-7-7. And now we're taking on the Orlando Magic. So Dame is no longer on the Magic. He retired, so we're not going to play Giannis in round 2. We'll see how Franz is going to do against his former team. Wilson and Franz get off to good starts. Like, Wilson, Franz, and Edgecombe as scorers are kind of as good as it's getting. But as I don't mention Yakuchonis, he hits 11 free throws and drops 31-7-9. We do win game 3. We do not sweep them, and we gentlemen sweep them, though. So we are 8-1 throughout the first 2 rounds. In round 2, Caleb Wilson averaged 23-9. Yeah, he's really good. But can we beat Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons? They've had multiple finals appearances. Asor Thompson, Cade Cunningham both have, I think, conference finals MVPs. They have Reese Shea, who's a superstar now. Oh my God, I'm scared. Game 1 goes to Milwaukee. We beat him by 30. Cameron Holmes, okay, dropped 31 points in 17 minutes. He's playing like a man possessed in the playoffs. We do go up 2-0, 140-119. Game 3 goes to Detroit. All right, for the first time ever, we are not up 3-0 in a series in this playoff run, but we do go up 3-1. Let's not blow a 3-1 lead. Yakuchonis with a triple-double. Funny enough, they do have Wendell Carter Jr., and we do win in 5. All right, so we are 12-2, I believe, here. Let's see what happens here as the Pelicans beat the Spurs. Caleb Wilson, 24-14, and he averaged 4 stocks a night to get conference finals MVP. Taking on the Pelicans. This is like the Drew Holiday Bowl. This is a good team. Shout out to Dink Pate's Fro. They have an insane bench. Oh my God, is Zion playing? So they have Dink Pate, Jaden Ivey, they have Chris Sinak, and they have Taylor Hendricks all off the bench. That's pretty good. Game 1 goes to the Pelicans. All right, we lost by 3. So for the first time in these playoffs, we lose game 1. We do win game 2, thank God, by 43 points. Mark Williams, 25-12-5. Game 3 goes to the Bucks. We win by 5. Caleb Wilson, 26-11. Okay, there we go. We're up 3-1. Edgecombe drops 26. And hopefully we're able to win here. Game number 5, so we don't have to go to a game 6. It's looking good. In this game, Yakuchonis has 13-5-6. Franz with 16 in this game as well. Oh, give me the steal. Oh, man, how did I not get that? Either way, like, who went off in this game? Edgecombe's got 25 and 8. I mean, we only have 108 points. Like, that's not anything crazy. Zion trying to drive. Is he going to kick it out to anybody? Yeah, he finds Sinak inside, and he's going to miss that. Wow, Mark Williams flying around here. Jaden Ivey, no way. Oh, wow, he actually knocks down that catch and shoot 3. Okay. AJ Johnson, though, an OG Buck. I know I had to trade away AJ Green. Is AJ Johnson? Yeah, he is the only OG Buck on this team. He's going to find Franz here. Zion does decide not to jump. Edgecombe gets the screen. Throw it up to Franz. Oh, okay. Nope. Just looking like Daniel Jones out there. I mean, if we wanted to make a Wisconsin reference, that could be Jordan Love against the Eagles in the wild card round. Or make the New Orleans reference. Yeah, Derek Carr. All right, I'm overdoing this. Let's see if we can get a stop here. Jaden Ivey, no way. Okay, Mark Williams somehow didn't block that. Okay, they're going to get that. Chopic almost saves it. Yakuchonis with the ball. Somebody run with me, please. Franz in transition. He's going to go up with the hand. He's going to miss that. Nice. Can I just score for the people at home? I just want to show them that I don't suck as Franz, or that's Yakuchonis. Contest Zion shot. Contest it again. That's someone that's 6'6". As Mark Williams throws it down. There we go. We're going to win the finals. And finals MVP, Mark Williams. Oh my God, taking a chance on him in like day 11 in free agency back in 26. 29-5 he averages. 1.6 blocks, 68% from the field. Okay, I did not think when I was going to start this rebuild that Mark Williams was going to be my finals MVP. But yeah, he gets it over Franz, Wilson, and Edgecombe. So that is going to be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which team I should rebuild next, or if you want to see one of these trading star player rebuilds, let me know down below. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.